We've got a bit on the agenda tonight. We've got some new plans. We've got other business, and then we have our old business. I am going to switch up the agenda a little bit tonight so we can get through some of our steering committee applicants as well as our Southern New Hampshire planning applicants. I would also like to talk on new plans before we get going here. I am looking to continue both hearings for the time being so that the planning board staff has a little bit more time to review the documentation that was given to us yesterday. I'd like to get that out of the way from the get-go so that way we don't have applicants waiting around. So I'll start with the first one. I'm looking for a motion to continue the public hearing on an application for a rezoning request to rezone 42 Ash Street, map 10, lot 45, from AR1 to Woodmont Commons PUD to Industrial 1. Pillsbury Realty Development LLC is the owner, and TC Boston Development Incorporated is the applicant.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion that we continue.
I have a motion from Art.
That plan to
I would like to do August 7th.
August
Correct.
7th.
Correct. I have a motion from Art. Do I have a second?
I'll second that, Mr. Chair.
I have a second from Lynn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? And the chair votes in the affirmative. The public hearing on an application for a rezoning request to rezone 42 Ash Street, map 10, lot 45, from AR1, agricultural residential, and Woodmont Commons PUD to Industrial 1. Pillsbury Realty Development LLC is the owner, and TC Boston Development Incorporated is the applicant, to August the 7th, 2024, and this would be your only notice. I do apologize, folks, on behalf of the town of Londonderry and the planning board, but we do feel like we need a little bit more time. I'm sure that we will be able to hear you on the 7th. So thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, if I may,
Sure.
just as from staff's perspective, I'm in complete disagreement with this continuance.
Yep, that's fine. And from the planning board perspective, we're in disagreement with what the amount of time we've been given to review these applications. So that's absolutely fine. I'm also looking for a motion to continue a public hearing on an application for formal review of a lot line adjustment to adjust the lot line between two parcels, number 37 Stonehenge Road, map 12, lot 124-13, and 41 Stonehenge Road, map 12, lot 123, zoned AR1. Thomas J. Sensabella and Shauna Den are the owners, and Promise Land Survey LLC is the applicant. I have a motion.
Mr. Chair, I will move that we continue that particular site plan.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Until August 7th, 2024.
Fantastic.
I'll second
I have
that,
a
Mr.
motion. I have a second from Lynn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Chair votes in the affirmative. This application for a formal review of a lot line adjustment to adjust the lot line between two parcels, 37 Stonehenge Road, map 12, lot 124-13, and 41 Stonehenge Road, map 12, lot 123, zoned AR1, agricultural residential. Thomas J. Sensabella and Shauna Den are the owners, with Promise Land Survey LLC as the applicant. And again, I apologize, sir, but we look forward to hearing from you on August the 7th. Thank you very much.
Put me on screen for somebody.
Yes. John, you got that?
Thank you. Just making sure you know I'm still here.
All right, Kelly.
So before we get into the master plan work session, I have a few comments about the actions earlier.
Sure.
So I am very, very concerned about the board taking the action to continue the new site plans that were scheduled this evening. I found the reasoning to be unjustified, and quite frankly, I'm concerned about it causing a potential legal issue for the town. Tonight's agenda was sent to the board 3 weeks ago. You were aware of the applications that were scheduled. You could have contacted staff or come in to the town hall at any time to view them. The full applications and associated plans were sent to the board by email 2 weeks ago. So you did have the materials you needed to review and make an informed decision. The staff recommendations themselves were sent yesterday afternoon. But I want to remind the board that until very recently, within the last 6 months, you wouldn't have received those staff memos until 7 p.m. the day of the meeting. So, again, we're progressing and we're, I believe, headed in the right direction with regard to our process and making positive changes. Also want to remind the board that staff recommendations are not required to be provided in order for you to make a decision. So using the timeliness of their receipt is not a valid reason to continue an application. And quite frankly, it really only harms the applicants who have spent their time and their money paying engineers to be there at these hearings, and they weren't given any awareness, nor was staff, that this decision was going to be made this evening. So, I'm disappointed, quite frankly, in the decision. I was under the impression that we, staff and the board, were working together towards a solution about our review process and our regulations. So it's unclear to me why this decision would be made this evening, and that justification would be, why that justification would be used. If a board member ever has questions about an application or the agenda, and specifically if you had questions about tonight's applications, you could have contacted staff directly. I didn't hear from anybody about questions or concerns about the applications themselves. So again, not sure why you came to that decision, and I just wanted to make clear for the record that I have concerns about it, and just reminding you that you do have a responsibility as a board to make your own decisions, and you need to consider your responsibility to these applicants and property owners in town when you're doing so.
Thank you, Kelly. I'm not going to really entertain a back and forth on this. I'll only add that.
I'm not looking for a back and forth.
Yep, good. So we're back and forth. So
With respect to the master plan,
I'm gonna speak real quick, Kelly. So as I said, I'm not looking for a back and forth. We'll end it at that. But the board has made a decision, and that's the decision we've made. That was at the time what we felt was in the best interest of the residents of Londonderry. So I'll leave it at that, and you're more than welcome to continue on your work session.